Hi everyone, this is Sean from Bid for Assets. In this video, I will be walking you through how to participate in Chester County, Pennsylvania sheriff sale auctions right here on the Bid for Assets platform. A sheriff sale is a public auction to facilitate the sale of property that has been put up for sale due to an unpaid debt. The proceeds from that sale are then used to satisfy that debt. In many cases, this sale results from a mortgage foreclosure. Now, the first thing you'll need to do to participate in this or any auction available on Bid for Assets is register a free Bid for Assets account if you haven't done so already. There are no monthly fees required to maintain your account. It is completely free, and the registration process should only take a few minutes to complete. To begin, you'll want to go to the top navigation bar here on the Bid for Assets homepage and select Sign Up. From there, you will be prompted to provide an email address and to create a password. That password will be what you use to log into your Bid for Assets account as well as confirm your bids. So be sure to make it something that you feel confident you'll remember. From there, you'll need to provide some basic contact information. You'll need to confirm your phone number. And finally, you'll need to log in to your email account, the one that you placed on file, and confirm your email address to complete the registration. Bid for Assets has a video walking you through every step of this process, and you can access that video by going to bidforassets.com/videos. You'll see here that we've got many videos walking you through the various steps of a Bid for Assets auction, including registering for an account. Now, after you've created your account, the next thing that you'll want to do is locate the sheriff sale landing page for Chester County sheriff sales on Bid for Assets. You can do this once again from the home page by going to the right of the map of the United States and selecting sheriff sales / foreclosures here on the display to the right. Doing this will take you to a page where you will see a list of counties with sheriff sales on the schedule with Bid for Assets. And you can select Chester County to go directly to their landing page. Now, the first thing that I want to direct your attention to here on the landing page is the display up top that says sales date. For Carbon County, Chester County, Philadelphia County, any sheriff that hosts auctions on Bid for Assets, the sales date display will allow you to view property lists based on when they are scheduled to open for bidding. So for example, when I select January 20th, you will see that it displays a list of properties with auctions that are scheduled to open on that date. Once you've selected the auction date that you want to view, you can use the arrows here at the bottom of the list to navigate from page to page, using the arrows at either end to jump to the last page in the list or back to the first page. Some auctions might be marked as stayed or postponed. An auction that's been stayed has been canceled, while an auction that has been postponed is being rescheduled for a later date. Leaving the Show Available Auctions Only box checked, as I've done here, ensures that you only see auctions that are still scheduled to move forward, and you can toggle that display off or on as you navigate through the lists at any time. Another way to view the list of properties available for a given sale date is to download them as an Excel spreadsheet. To do that, you'll want to go to the sales date display once again and go over to the right and select Download Property List. You want to make sure that you're logged into your Bid for Assets account when you do this. You go ahead and just select Download, and you will obtain a property list via Excel spreadsheet with a lot of useful information. Let's take a quick look at it here. You see that it gives you the attorney assigned to any given property in the sale. It gives you the property's debt amount. It gives you its civil process number, and it gives you the property's physical address. All extremely useful information to have when doing your due diligence ahead of the sheriff's sale. Now, it's important to remember that each auction date is treated as its own event and will have a deposit specific to that date. So if you wanted to bid on Chester County's January 20th sheriff's sale, you will only need to submit a single $5,000 paddle fee deposit, and that deposit will allow you to bid on all of the auctions that are scheduled for January 20th. If, however, you also wanted to bid in Chester County's February 17th sheriff's sale, you would need to submit two bid deposits, one for January 20th and one for February 17th. So remember that while you need a separate bid deposit for each auction date, one deposit will qualify you to bid in every auction that's available on that date. Another thing to note is that if you submit a deposit, but you end up either not bidding or not winning any of the properties that are available, you will have the option to transfer that deposit over to Chester County's next sheriff's sale. You can do this after the auction by going directly to your Bid for Assets account and going to the My Bid Deposits section. So once again, you submit a deposit for the January 20th sale, you end up not winning any of the auctions, you can transfer that deposit over to the February 17th sale. Something to consider. So how do we actually go about submitting a deposit? Once you see an auction that you want to bid on, go to that property's auction page. And one of the first things that you will see is an orange button that reads, "Click here for deposit instructions." Bid deposits are typically required to qualify for any public auction that Bid for Assets hosts, and they should be sent directly to Bid for Assets using one of two methods. Those are certified check and wire transfer. Selecting "Click here for deposit instructions" will take you down the path to obtaining instructions for either of these methods. Now, it's important to note, once again, you want to log into your Bid for Assets account when you do this. And before you obtain instructions for submitting your deposit, you will be prompted to do a couple of things. First, you'll be prompted to provide your Social Security number in compliance with the U.S. Patriot Act if this is your first time submitting a deposit with Bid for Assets. After that, you'll be prompted to provide pre-vesting information detailing how you'd like any property that you win to be titled. Just like with registration, Bid for Assets has a video that's walking you through every step of this process. And you can access that video once again by going to bidforassets.com/videos. Once Bid for Assets receives your deposit, it will be processed and you will be notified via email and your Bid for Assets message center once you've been cleared to bid. If you don't win any auctions and you choose not to transfer your deposit over to Chester County's next sheriff's sale, then your deposit will be returned to you via a principal e-check that will come to the email address on your Bid for Assets account within 10 business days of the auction's close. You can print that check out and take it with you to your bank, or you can scan it with a mobile app just like a regular bank check. Now let's take a closer look at one of these auction pages and talk a little bit about due diligence. The auction page will have any available information that the sheriff's office can provide to assist you with your due diligence. Neither the sheriff nor Bid for Assets will have any additional information on the condition of the property or its title, including whether the property is free of any liens. It is very important that you complete your own due diligence before bidding on a property. This includes assessing the condition and value of the property, as well as any relevant information on the property's title status. Both the sheriff's office and Bid for Assets would recommend that you consult with an attorney before purchasing property from a sheriff's sale. A while back, Bid for Assets president led a webinar on how to research tax sale properties. And much of the information in that video will help you with your sheriff's sale due diligence. You can find that video once again by going to bidforassets.com/videos. A key piece of advice I want to mention from that video here, however, is the importance of visiting a property whenever you can. Obviously, you don't want to set foot on a property, as that would constitute trespassing. But there is nothing preventing you from driving by a property and viewing its exterior. And that is a very worthwhile form of due diligence to practice whenever you can. You may have noticed when we were back on the landing page that many of the sheriff's sale properties displayed there do not currently have a minimum bid, or as it is commonly known in Pennsylvania sheriff sales, an upset price. In fact, this auction says awaiting upset price. So why is this? The attorney for the plaintiff will set the upset price for each auction in this sale prior to it opening for bidding, based on their costs associated with taking the property to auction. Something to keep in mind is that you should ideally try to already know the maximum amount you are willing to bid on a property before it opens for bidding without seeing its minimum bid, especially given that you may not know it until it opens for bidding. This is why individual research is so important when participating in sales of this type. You want to know what you want to bid on a property before it opens, possibly before you see the minimum bid. Once the auction opens, you can go in and start bidding. And you can either bid along in small increments, or you can place your maximum proxy bid and allow Bid for Assets auto bid system to bid on your behalf. The auto bid system will ensure that you do not need to bid more than is necessary to reach the upset price and to beat the second highest bidder in the auction by one bid increment. In other words, placing your proxy bid is similar to having a number in your head when you go to a live auction. And our auto bid system will bid up to that amount on your behalf, but not over it. So with all of that in mind, let's talk a little bit about post-auction procedures and settlement terms. And auction settlement terms outline the amount of funds due and the timelines for payment in an auction. Throughout the lead up to the sale, the auction settlement terms will be accessible both from the sales general landing page and on every individual auction page. You can see it here towards the bottom under the settlement requirements display. And back on the landing page, beneath the property list, you will see where it says settlement instructions. We strongly encourage you to familiarize yourself with settlement terms, as if you win an auction, you must have the funds available to meet the payment timelines outlined in that auction, or you will be in default and forfeit your deposit. Now, when every available auction in the sale closes, you will be notified whether you have won any of the auctions where you placed a bid, both via email and in your Bid for Assets message center. If you don't win any auctions, then no action is required on your part unless you want to roll over your deposit. As previously stated, you can do that from your Bid for Assets account by visiting the My Bid Deposit section. If you have won auctions, then you will also be able to access Bid for Assets Deed Wizard tool from your account. Deed Wizard will both allow you to provide additional vesting information for any property that you've won and will display settlement instructions to begin payment. Once Bid for Assets receives the settlement funds from every auction and sale and deed vesting information from all winning bidders, it is all sent to the county, and at that point, the county will begin recording your deeds to complete the sale. So to recap some key points, to participate in Chester County's sheriff sales, you'll want to do the following. 1, you'll want to register for a free Bid for Assets account. 2, you'll want to visit the Chester County Sheriff Sale landing page on Bid for Assets and select the date of the auction that you wish to bid in. 3, you want to obtain deposit instructions and send your deposit via certified check or wire transfer for the auction or auctions that you want to bid in. Remember, you only need to send one deposit for each date. 4, you're going to want to thoroughly research the properties that you intend to bid on and place your bids when the auction's open. Additionally, read the auction's terms of sale and settlement terms ahead of time, and be sure that you have the funds ready to complete the sale on any auction that you win. Finally, 5, if you are a successful bidder, follow the instructions in your post-auction email to complete settlement. Once again, sheriff sales can be complicated, so do your due diligence and consult with an attorney ahead of the sale. Bid for Assets is here to help with live customer service available over 40 hours a week. So always feel free to reach out to us by going to bidforassets.com/contact. You can also obtain our contact information by going back to the top navigation bar and selecting Contact Us. It will take you to a page providing you with our customer service team's email address and phone number. And again, we encourage you to reach out to us at any time. Until then, we hope this video was helpful for you, and we wish you the best of luck in your next auction on Bid for Assets. Take care.